If there are two great female icons of American entertainment, it's Lucille Ball and Cher. Though they were a generation apart, they both became icons of the silver screen. Lucille Ball was best known for her performance in the classic sitcom I Love Lucy. Cher was best known as one half of the duo Sonny and Cher, with her then-husband Sonny Bono. They performed songs together and also had a variety show called the Sonny and Cher Comedy Hour. As different as these two ladies were, they once formed an unexpected friendship on a fateful night in 1968. It was during this night that Lucille Ball heard the story of Cher's not-so-great relationship with Sonny. 1968 was a presidential election year, with the three main contenders being Richard Nixon, Hubert Humphrey, and George Wallace. Comedian Jack Benny hosted a dinner party at his house on election night. His guest list included some of the country's biggest stars, all eager to see who would become their next president. Many guests, such as talk show host Johnny Carson, were hoping Richard Nixon would win. Among Jack Benny's other guests were singing duo Sonny and Cher. They were at the height of their career and had begun hanging out with many veteran entertainers. Naturally, they were welcome guests in Jack Benny's home. When they arrived, Cher was spotted by veteran actress Lucille Ball. Cher's mother, Georgia Holt, had a few bit parts in episodes of I Love Lucy. Lucille Ball recognized Cher and the two hit it off. Cher had been a huge fan of the show and of Lucille Ball's talents. After Richard Nixon was declared the winner, he gave his acceptance, which the guests watched eagerly. Johnny Carson was particularly interested in hearing what the president-elect had to say. However, Lucille Ball couldn't have cared less about the acceptance speech. She started making rude jokes while Nixon was speaking. This greatly annoyed Carson and some of the other guests. Jack Benny, trying to be a gracious host, went up to Lucille Ball and Cher and politely asked them to take their chat elsewhere in the home. He suggested they hang out in the den where Rosalind Russell was also relaxing. Hey, if you're enjoying this video so far, make sure you subscribe to our channel and give it a like. And stick around for more about the conversation between Lucille Ball and Cher. While they were hanging out down in the den, Cher must have told Lucille about her true feelings about Sonny. The two had first met in 1962 and became a couple soon after. Some reports state they were married in 1964, while others state they were legally wed after their child was born in 1969. Nevertheless, they must have discovered they made a great duo for entertaining audiences. They would write and perform songs including favorites Baby Don't Go and I Got You Babe. These became hits among American audiences and solidified them as one of the entertainment industry's most beloved couples. It wasn't just singing that showcased their relationship. Their chemistry would lead to appearances in variety shows, talk shows, and eventually as stars of their own show, the Sonny and Cher Comedy Hour. They were one of the early examples of a Hollywood power couple. And yet, behind the facade, their relationship wasn't as idyllic as it seemed. This is why Cher had to tell Lucille Ball about her true relationship with Sonny. She wasn't happy and didn't know what to do. She knew her success was due to her relationship with Sonny. She wondered if breaking up with him might jeopardize her career. Lucille Ball was easily the best person to counsel Cher. She made her name in the sitcom I Love Lucy, starring alongside her then-husband, Desi Arnaz. They were also one of the most popular TV couples. But behind the wonderful romance on screen, Lucille and Desi had a strained marriage. 3 years after I Love Lucy came to an end, they divorced. Yet this hadn't stopped Lucille Ball from continuing her successful career. She continued to act in TV shows and films, and had a career as a producer and studio exec. One can imagine she encouraged Cher to go her own way if the marriage to Sonny wasn't working out. This one night in 1968 was enough for the two ladies to form an unexpected yet long-lasting friendship. Cher would later remark that Lucille was the only person whom she could talk to about the end of her marriage to Sonny. Sonny and Cher's relationship began in an unusual way. There was a huge age gap between the two, with Cher being 16 and Sonny 27 when they first met. At the time, Sonny had separated from his first wife, and his relationship with Cher was platonic. Cher would eventually move into Sonny's apartment after getting thrown out by her own roommates. He told her she could move in if she agreed to clean and do household chores. She never got around to the chores, but she did start to fall in love with Sonny. He also began falling for her. Their romantic relationship was an odd one. It wasn't about two young people passionately in love with each other. Rather, they felt they needed each other's company. In fact, Cher often saw Sonny as her father figure. Sonny would later recall Cher wanted to be protected, and she must have seen him as her protector. At the same time they began their romantic relationship, they also began their singing career. Sonny had worked with famed musician and producer Phil Spector. He eventually roped in Cher to sing backup vocals on songs by Spector. Eventually, the two decided to branch out on their own. They began a duo known as Caesar and Cleo before moving on to Sonny and Cher. With the release of I Got You Babe in 1965, they became stars. While their music was loved in the 60s, towards the end of the decade, they began waning in popularity. It was also during this time that Sonny began making a few poor career choices. He financed a 1969 film called Chastity that starred Cher. Unfortunately, the film was a major flop and had almost bankrupted the couple. While 1969 was also the year their child, Chastity Bono, now known as Chaz Bono, was born, it didn't do much to save their marriage. They continued singing but also added comedy to their talents. They'd make appearances on TV shows and eventually got a chance to perform in their own show. The Sonny and Cher Comedy Hour became a huge hit, and they continued to be one of the most popular couples in entertainment. The show debuted in 1971 and went on to receive 15 Emmy Award nominations. But the success of the show wasn't enough to save their relationship. By the end of the third season, they divorced. Their divorce had come as a shock for audiences, yet for those closest to them, it seemed inevitable. Cher had revealed to Sonny she was involved with another man. Similarly, Sonny had revealed he was seeing another woman named Connie. But for the sake of their fans, they kept the facade of being a happy couple. Their divorce became finalized and public in 1975. Naturally, it was a huge disappointment for so many fans, yet they decided to continue working together. The Sonny and Cher Comedy Hour continued running until its end in 1977. While they tried their best, their performances on the show following their divorce didn't win over audiences. But they both continued to pursue their careers on their own. Sonny eventually got involved in politics and became a member of the U.S. House of Representatives. Cher pursued a singing and acting career and found much success. The two would remain amicable until Sonny's death in 1998. Cher ended up delivering the eulogy at Sonny's funeral. Perhaps Cher made the right decision to divorce Sonny. It was a big risk, but she got advice from the wise Lucille Ball. This unexpected friendship that Lucille Ball had with Cher may have saved the latter from an unhappy marriage. It also taught her to have courage and to believe that even without the support of a husband, she could become an icon of American entertainment. So what do you think about Lucille Ball's unexpected friendship with Cher? Do you think she gave her the right advice about divorcing Sonny? Or was it too risky and responsible for destroying their wonderful on-screen relationship? Let us know in the comments below. And before you go, make sure you give this story a like and subscribe to Facts First if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content.